Hey there, geeks! Adam coming at you with another Wizards Hall video. Oh, it's another week, and another batch of comics and magazines have arrived to the archives. Always exciting. So let's start out here with the Wizard issues. First up here is this edition of Wizard Zero. So this was like a big deal. They were counting down to Wizard Zero. There were like 4 different covers for this particular issue. This one obviously is celebrating Spider-Man 2. You see Doc Ock's arms reflecting in Spidey's eyes. But yeah, it was just so interesting, all their work to say, hey, Wizard Zero, what is it? I still don't really understand what Wizard Zero was supposed to be. So when we finally get there on the timeline, September of 2003, then we'll have some answers. All right, next one here, though, this is really cool. So recently on eBay, I saw a listing for 3 issues of Wizard number 25, their 25th anniversary special. Not 25 years, just 25 issues, but they were amazed they made it that far. And it looked like this, okay? So this may just look like a standard, hey, it's issue 25 of Wizard, big deal. You know, you got Deathblow on the cover by Jim Lee. But if you look here, that it has this special 25th anniversary edition, okay? And these actually came with a certificate of authenticity, okay, for this 25th issue. Now, the other issue, or the regular issue that was released, came with a GOP, not a POG, because they couldn't officially use that term. So it was called a GOP, and Wizard was promoting that they were going to have their own line of, you know, those milk cap game discs. You got to keep it as generic as possible. Never happened, but it's kind of cool that there's this other edition of Wizard 25 now. Speaking of issues we already had, but finding a variation, was able to track down this issue of Wizard 29, okay? But in the version that was being sold at Toys R Us. So it's got the Toys R Us price sticker right there. And I'm fascinated by these because I personally was at Toys R Us a lot back in the day, but I always bought my Wizard either at Barnes & Noble or at my local comic shop. I never saw it at, hanging up somewhere in Toys R Us. I don't know where they were, but it comes with all the goodies in there, which is cool. You got your Joe Quesada Santa Claus there, which is pretty fun. So anyway, I just thought this was neat to get this still fully sealed with that in there. All right, also got some comics, though, recently. Just stopped in. There's this thrift store that has a nice collection. I love to, every once in a while, dig around in their back issue bin. So I decided, I have almost a full run of Darkhawk, but hey, he was a big part of the New Warriors for a time. So that was his first appearance there. And then I picked up some of the early ones. Okay, here's where he officially joined the team, right? And then, here's a first adventure. There he is a little bit more. So this is all part of this, this Night Thrasher is trying to find out the origins of his armor and his life. And then, Marvel Boy was on trial for murder. Like, there's a lot going on. But here's the 25th issue as well. So that was kind of fun. But another series that just over the years, I love John Byrne. So I pick up most of his work when I find it, whether it's Next Men or Sensational She-Hulk or whatever it is. And one that I picked up some later issues of his run was Namor. But I was able to find a bunch of these that I still needed. So it's just kind of fun to get these earlier issues mixed in. Black Death. Oh, it's very dramatic. Very environmentally conscious Namor, okay? So you got your fire down below. Head Games. I don't know what this is going to be about, but I'm very curious. This one, where you have the original Human Torch, what's he doing there? I know that John Byrne was very adamant with his Avengers work and then everything like, oh yeah, Vision is not the original Human Torch. That's not how it's going to be. And then this one was kind of shocking here. We got a swastika right there. What reunion. I don't know who Namor is being reunited with, but looks a little kinky if you ask me. So anyway, it was just kind of fun to pick those up. Much earlier in the timeline, we're in 1997 these days on the podcast, but still fun to have some back issues to read and enjoy. So hey, just want to give you a heads up. Stay tuned this week. We have Doug Goldstein on for a sci-fi invasion special where we cover all 5 issues of that Wizard spin-off magazine. And then we have Jason Liebig coming up as our guest returning for episode 72. So make sure you stay connected with us here on YouTube, but also find us on social media at Wizards Comics on Twitter, at Wizards_Comics on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Hey, you want to join our Patreon and get exclusive access to all sorts of goodies, including scans of issues, early releases? Then get on over to patreon.com/wizardscomics. But hey, until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.